An adjustment to the estimate. Gonna get this out of the way off the top here. We're giving us a little bit more time here. The run is kill switch just in case, but we won't have to worry about that. So, Max, if you wanna give us a little preamble of your own.
Yeah, of course. So, I've played Dark Souls 3 a lot. Way too much. The speedrun is wholly different, though. It's such a strange thing, and if anyone's interested, like, feel free to DM me. I've got a bunch of resources for y'all. In general, though, start as Assassin, get that S-Talk, get that crit damage, and get those fire bombs. You ready to start at far?
Yeah, I'm good when you are.
Let's make it happen, then. Let's go! So, I've been practicing this very intensely for about 3 weeks straight now. And for what it's worth, it is definitely improved. Uh, it's honestly not a complicated run, even by Dark Souls standards. It's I think there's 3 weapons you use. You dump all your points into damage and just go fast.
Yeah, that's simple enough.
Yeah, it sounds simple up until you get to the part where you're memorizing every single boss, so you just never get hit. That's where the difficulty is. But it's delightful. It's a really satisfying run in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
Although
you
that
get
Mega
any
Man
amount
looked
of
really fun.
Mega Man is great too. You get any amount of knowledge about boss patterns in this game and manipulating them and watching these runs is just so satisfying.
Oh dear lord, manipulating the runs for Dark Souls is like beyond my level of comprehension. At least from what I've seen of like top tier professionals, they don't manipulate as much as they like react and just kind of know.
Mm-hmm.
See, here's the first boss. He's Udex Gundyr, and he's really cool.
Yeah, nice free parry there. Love it.
Yeah. So he's got some really good attacks, and I keep flubbing the inputs, but it's fine. Free damage is free damage.
Also, he has a snake in him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you just gotta let the goop out. And he's also, when he's goopy, he's really weak to fire damage. And that's the first boss down.
Yep, he's gone.
Yeah, he's the tutorial. That's why he's easy to parry. And for anyone who struggled with him, fair. He's really scary in that second phase, which is why we try to skip it.
Oh yeah.
He's got weird hitboxes, weird timings. It's just an awful introduction to what this game does to you.
Yeah, it really does smack you around the first couple times you play it. You're like, oh, this is not bad, and then whoops.
Yeah, it's so weird because, like, most people pretty much play Dark Souls 1, which has, one of the easiest first bosses to exist. And then this.
Yeah.
We just stock up on some items because, surprise, being able to teleport is really good.
Thanks, Wintry. Turned it up.
So hi everyone. Hi Kyo.
Yeah, I turned my audio up just a little bit.
Also, for anyone curious as to how that the first boss gets kind of shredded, is there's this cool thing called critical damage, which is part of the reason we start as this class, because the weapon we're using gets a bonus to critical damage, and functionally, if you parry something or if you hit them while they're in the middle of an animation, you get a fun multiplier to damage. And for anyone who doesn't like math, what if you made the numbers bigger? And then you just kind of take advantage of that excessively.
So nice of them to give you gold pine resin just like straight out the gate.
Yeah, they were like, listen, you're gonna need it. This first boss is really weak to lightning, but you have no other way to get lightning. It's chill, we've got you.
Yep.
Okay, that's not cool. Come on. I was minding my business.
Right?
Luckily, this next boss is pretty much easier than the first boss.
True.
We're gonna come over here and grab an upgrade material for a little bit later. It makes it so us being very low level kind of doesn't matter. Hey, Far, remember that thing I was telling you about how this negates fall damage as long as it's not going to kill you?
Oh, yeah.
What if you just skip a third of the level?
Let's just skip a third of the level. Why not?
It's fun and it's easy to do.
Run past Mr. Spin to win, and here we are.
Yeah, turns out a lot of this game isn't built around you just ignoring everything, and that makes it way more fun to do exactly that. Yeah, that spell that I cast is really interesting. It makes your footsteps silent, which has its uses. Not in this run, but it's useful in some places. But what the important part is if you were to take any amount of fall damage that is just not fatal, no, you didn't.
It didn't happen.
And that combined with the only glitch allowed this run, you can kind of just skip giant chunks of like really vertical levels by just not doing them. Just fall a little bit.
So remember how we just fought a dog in Mega Man? Well, we're gonna fight another dog here. Don't worry about it. It's a dog.
You know what? I can't argue with that logic. It is a dog.
Here's a dog.
And I'm gonna pet it just about the same way that a chair did.
Mm-hmm. We're actually getting revenge on the other dog using lightning breath by hitting it with lightning.
Yeah. It's fair.
Yeah. Just smack it in the butt a whole bunch.
A whole lot. If there were to be any boss that you could do blindfolded, it's this one. He's very consistent.
He gets the zoomies and comes by, and then it's just more of this.
He might have a blind spot.
Just a bit.
Possibly.
Ooh. Gone.
Yep.
Doggy went back to the pound.
2 bosses done in about, what, 6 minutes?
Yep, 6:30.
For what it's worth, when I was practicing, that was 9 minutes, so we're already ahead of schedule from me.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Also, if you sit at that bonfire, it skips that slow door opening animation, which is just convenient.
We didn't get to see our taxi ride, unfortunately, but we do take a
No.
taxi.
Yeah, this place has the most interesting Uber lift.
Right? Literal lift.
Yeah, right?
I heard that sword sound and thought it was us and was so worried.
It's fine.
It's fine. We're not getting chased by the worst enemy in any of the Souls games.
They're so bad. I'm gonna try and keep my just unbridled rage in check, but I really hate dogs in Souls game, and this one has the worst.
Yeah. So this area is pretty easy to get to get through because almost nothing here has any poise. You can just kind of roll right through them and they just stagger back out of the way.
Especially, for those who don't know, we're actually on an older patch. We're on 1.08 instead of 1.22. Almost everything has way less poise than if you were to just play the game right now. And so on top of this area being full of things with... Oh, come on. Being full of things with no poise, like, even in areas where they should, they just don't.
Don't mind the cleaver guy just randomly popping in. It happens. He's just going for
Yeah.
a walk. Doesn't even care.
He's literally just hanging out.
Yep.
So, hey, Far, I found some new movement stuff that lets me skip much more of the game.
Good.
So there goes about 10 to 15 minutes of my last run by just walking off a cliff.
Beautiful.
Who needs to play the game?
Oh, we're at the elevators, huh?
Yep. I'm telling you, like, I did 1 degree of research and went, oh, routing's important.
Here's our best
Hi,
friend.
Sigward, I love you.
There he goes.
I definitely need to practice it more because I do not know how to get it consistent, but there's a lot of more falling you can do that lets you, it's something to do with the dagger, just kind of negating fall damage by quick stepping. I don't know how it works, but you can use it to like fall off that elevator really early.
Oh.
I definitely want to look into that because it saves us all, 5 to 10 minutes like everything else.
Yep.
And I'm gonna take a quick safety bonfire here because
Understandable.
I don't want to ruin this run by
It is
dying and getting
okay.
sent back 4 bosses.
Sacrifices is annoying, so totally understandable.
It's a just in case thing. I'd rather not need it but still have it.
We go by all the bird cosplayers that try to cosplay birds so hard that they turn into them.
As you do.
Yeah.
That's just the birth of a furry. It happens.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I didn't know much about that process, but now that I do, I wish I didn't.
Yeah, bad news. That's also step one of becoming one. Watch out.
Oof, I'll keep that in mind.
So we're gonna go get some more shields because as much as I love my buckler, it's not the best. It's good for a couple things, but not being a good shield. We want the one that gives free stamina because we need that
Yeah.
to do more damage.
Oh, Grass
Faster,
Crest, my beloved.
right? Ah, stupid menus. There we go. I definitely need to play those Battle Network games because Beast Mode looked really fun to play with.
Oh, it is. They are so much
Also,
fun.
the smartest in PCs.
Yep.
Ah, heck. Yeah, but luckily, if they die, they're permanently dead, so I don't have to let that mistake happen a second time.
That's true, and all their stuff will be there too.
Sadly, we don't grab any of their stuff.
Ah.
I before I had before I had a certain level of skill, I did as a backup because the Great Club really good for staggering anything that you fight ever.
Yeah.
That's kind of its jam. And worst case scenario, if you're struggling with this game, just use the Great Club. Like, it actually is just easy mode.
Yeah, big bonks are king in Dark Souls 3. Though going fast is good too. You got
Yeah,
options.
I was gonna say, like, normally you don't just go fast, but if you need to, that's an option.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab this real quick because I don't expect to live for a super long time after I get back up here. But we have to go grab the weapons that we're gonna use for 95% of the run,
Yep.
and an ember that we'll use to make that weapon useful for the 95% we're using it for. And yeah, for what it's worth, Pig, I don't get to be a furry in the game, but the game has options for that.
It's true.
Did I not? There we go. So the reason we grab this lovely dagger is it lets you ignore movement impairing effects by just having a fun little jump.
You just do a little monkey.
A little, as a treat.
Run by our friend the Black Knight here.
Yeah. He doesn't need to be concerning himself.
No.
I'm gonna do a quick quit out here because it de-aggroes all of those enemies, and I need to make sure I can get out safely.
Yep. Oh, Addie, I knew
And
you'd have fun with this one. My friend Addie is here, and they just beat Dark Souls 3 last week, so you're showing them a good time.
oh, that is delightful. I'm so happy. I remember beating this game for the first time. I hit the wrong button. I remember beating this game the first time, and it feels so lovely to like finish it.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and do some of the shrine stuff because there's no reason to put it off.
You're already here. May as well.
Yeah. So what we just put on our short sword was this lovely thing that makes your stats not matter. Which, if we were playing a normal game, is really bad because then your stats don't matter, and it overall will be less damage. But since we're not putting points into the things that make it do good, it's just free bonuses.
Yep. Oh no, I did that.
Also, yeah, Korhawk, flashbanging yourself with the Bandai Namco stuff happens in every Souls game. It's tradition.
I remember doing raw in when we did the multi-world randomizer, because this is in multi-world randomizers for some reason. Um, Final boss was a Farron Knight straight sword raw, because I just upgraded health and endurance the whole time and didn't give myself any damage stats because I didn't know what I was going to
Fair.
have next.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can still reinforce your weapons though, and that even if it's raw, that does boost the damage a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone's worried about how these swamps are, other than bad, there's one light to the right out of this entrance. It's just like a straight shot that direction. If you just touch that, go back to the bonfire, and come over here, this one leads right into the second one and right to the end of the level.
Yep.
It's really neat, given how optional everything else here just is.
Yeah. There are some good things to get, but by and large, it's not really worth your time.
Yeah, there's some pyromancy. If you're doing any sort of magic run, this place is... this is your new home for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's sorcery stuff that's useful, and pyromancy, and if there's miracles, I don't know about them, because I don't use them.
These stabby guys are annoying.
Yeah, any enemy in this game that can attack very quickly is going to be a struggle. Because this game kind of got rid of poise for some reason, in almost every regard.
Mm-hmm.
There are attacks that have poise, which is nice, but just kind of doesn't work.
Yeah, it was super jarring moving from this to Bloodborne and then to Elden Ring, because I just had no idea what could resist my attacks and what didn't.
Oh dear lord, yeah. Because Bloodborne is pretty much use whatever you want. Everything is fashion, all the weapons are valid.
Mm-hmm.
This game's the polar opposite. Your armor matters, and your weapons matter, and there's too many choices.
Yeah.
And Elden Ring is a lot of game.
It sure is.
I remember I played that game like day one, and I think by the end of playing it on the first day, I had about 50 different weapons, all of which had such various stat scatterings, and I'm like, man, everyone's going to be able to do whatever they want. Don't disregard that mud pie.
Yeah, that's rude.
And that one. It's fine. It's just mud, as far as anyone needs to know.
Mm-hmm. Zigzag through those guys, classic.
Yeah. Sadly, the cards weren't right. Normally, that guy in the back tends to just spew poison breath that you also avoid.
Yeah.
There's a chance he could have clipped us there, and... ooh boy, if I don't love me a stagger damage.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of this run, and I do mean a lot of it, is just knowing where to go and managing your stamina bar for sprinting.
Mm-hmm.
But we're coming up on the boys.
Yep.
Everyone's favorite.
Not these boys. These are different favorite boys.
They are different. I also don't like them, but for other reasons.
Yeah, they don't mess around, but if you can get them to drop their weapons or armor, it's a nice little boost.
Right? They've got like really lightweight for the defense they give, and their sword is the perfect middle ground for strength and dexterity, especially with like it scales really well, and the moveset it has like a decent speed for the damage, which is strength and dexterity. It's really, really nice to see. Yep, I don't have any of these. Nope. So I don't expect many of y'all to have seen my practice runs that I've been doing, but Far, you remember the one time I actually succeeded at killing these things?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the world record, and it pretty much looked exactly the same, where it's just like, yeah, just keep hitting it, and then hit it more, and then keep staggering. And I was like, oh, I actually did well.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, straighten that spine out for him. He's been having some problems.
Yep. Free R2.
No, yeah, that's about what I expected. We planned for this, don't worry. So, this boss is rough. Also, howdy, Mav. This boss is rough. for everybody. Even, like, if you go watch the world record run at any point, even he screams at them when he kills them.
Oh
Everyone
yeah.
hates this boss. Makes me feel a lot better that I struggle with it. If it takes more than a couple tries, though, we have a backup so we can just keep things moving along smoothly. It really is just hit them. There's no fancy tactic. It's hit them and don't get hit. Because, like Far was saying earlier, stagger in this game is really interesting. And pre-patch, they only have one move that you can't stagger them out of. And you can hit them on the, essentially they'll, like, do a wind-up, and if you just, like, back up a single step, then, like, they can't do anything about it.
Did you gold pine?
I only had the one.
Oh,
You only grab 2 from the high wall, so you only get the one chance to use it.
It's fine. We still do plenty of damage with raw here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the whole reason we grab it is to just skip this part a bit. Yeah, these guys are kind of mean. They don't like to play fair.
We gotta wait for our friend Red Eyes Black Dragon here.
Yeah.
He aggroed him, so that should help.
Yep, that's all I needed.
He kind of murked him though, which is unfortunate.
Ah, yeah. So, give me just a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and quit out and tab over. Oh no, hold on.
I don't tab.
Well, bad news, that's how it has to go.
Alright. Then we will do a thing.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's Abyss Watchers. His second phase, he adds fire. I wish I could show off more of him, but we are in a little bit of a time crunch. Just a little bit.
Let's see.
And then, oh look, we did it! By the skin of our teeth. Also, I forgot, this is messing with my sound settings. Yeah, it's on my list of things to practice a bit more. Yeah, I don't know why it saves that specifically. Yeah, if anyone's struggling with that boss, fair. Wholly fair. I've sunk 400-ish hours into this game, minimum. And y'all saw me get entirely whooped by that thing. It's rough. You either go fast or you play careful, but you cannot do both. It's really rough. But luckily, our stats are mostly the same. Any deviations don't really matter too much. What? Far?
Yeah,
Far?
I don't know what that was. I have no idea.
I'm scared. I can't stress this enough. I don't know what just happened.
I think it still counts as a glitchless run if you didn't know that you got a glitch.
Yeah. I don't. What? I've never clipped into that ever.
Well, at least your stuff's here.
Yeah, that's nice. At least it didn't land out in the void where I can't reach it. But what? I'm gonna want to review that footage after I'm done because that is fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely. What? We have Angry Murakumo, man.
There we go. Yeah, their weapons are really fun if you're doing a dex build, and really not fun if you are fighting it at any point.
Don't worry about it. Ball of skeletons happens.
They're having fun. They're all waving their arms and going like, "Wee!" So this, I am grabbing an entirely optional item because it boosts our damage and gives us a couple spare levels that we can use on health because marathon.
Yep.
Also disregard those ghosts, it's fine.
Yeah, they're just here.
They're vibing. I'm gonna just hop down here. There is a second way you can do this part. I don't like to do it. It scares me too much. This game has a lot of like, you can do it, but it's real risky strats. So if you're into that, there's a lot of jumps where it's be careful where you land and where you're falling.
You have to fall the right way somehow, even though they didn't really account for falling mechanics in this game.
At all. I've seen people compare it to like Demon Souls and then the Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 all have vastly different fall mechanics. And I didn't notice because I played them in a strange order. It's really noticeable if you play these like close together.
Oh yeah.
Got that. All right. We're up to fight the lovely Wolnir. Love this lad. I feel like everyone's gonna understand really quickly why I love this fight. Like, don't give it away, but I might have an affinity for a certain type of character design. Touch that cup. Touch that cup.
It's just such a nice cup. You got to. Here he is. Fancy boy.
Love me a chunky skeleton.
Oh yeah. With some nice bracelets that are destructible. You know, we like some nice breakaway in case things are something. I don't know what I was going to say there. We'll worry about that later.
It's fine.
Beating up a skeleton.
I love Skeleton Pope.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Well, this is why we Estus. Oh, come on, Wolnir. Give me them good patterns. So, this bracelet has the funkiest hitbox. No, 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 no. So yeah, if he gets too far in front of you, you start taking a ton of damage really quickly. One of the scariest things is getting trapped in geometry when he does that, because there's just no escaping it. As y'all have seen, this game takes hitboxes a little strangely.
Yeah, you just drop fog out of your mouth that makes them fight longer. It's fine.
Listen, man, if you're stuck in the abyss, you don't have time to brush your teeth.
Oh yeah, it's stanky.
It's awful. Come on. Dude, get over here. There we go. And without all of his safety nets, he gets dragged into the darkness forever. And that's what happens when you sign up for a job and then just don't do it.
You get dragged into the darkness. It happens.
Also, yeah, for anyone who doesn't know the plot, it's that. There are these 4 dudes who signed up to do a job because they were promised it'd give them power, and to be fair, it does.
It does.
They also just went, but what if we just don't do it? What if we don't wanna? Which our job is, we'll bring you back dead or alive, and they all choose the dead option for some reason.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Addy, the Wolnir just showing up because you went to go grab the funny item is a distinct kind of terror.
Yeah, first run through this, seeing the contextual button prompt for the cup, where it's just an implied go ahead, touch it. I'm like, nope, this is gonna be bad. How's it gonna be
I
bad?
just realized
Let's find out.
I forgot to do our prep work for this.
I was gonna say, you got a few souls there, bud.
Not only do we have the souls, we have some fun ashes to go hand this lady. It's not sanitary, but she wants them.
Yep.
And let's buy some blush while we're here.
A little bit of makeup. Gotta look pretty for the Crystal Sage.
I gotta impress them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I forget how math works? I did forget how math works. My brain said, what if I functioned on a different Souls game? There we go.
Should one.
And then... Did I not get the sharp gem? Well, it is not worth the time to go back. We're going to be slightly below average. Give me them levels. Whoops.
Oops, all dexterity.
Yep. We need that damage.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. And since I accidentally messed up some numbers, let's go even bigger. There we go.
Can't hurt.
Now we're good for Crystal Sage. Now we get to go cause untold destruction.
Yay.
Yes, Mage. There is a boss whose entire deal is like, this is pointless. Why would we bother going to do our job?
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to break it to you, I don't have to care as to why it's pointless. My job's to go get the job done.
Yeah.
It is pointless, but like, it still has to happen.
Yeah, the plot of this game is we're basically union busting, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was not gonna phrase it that way on purpose, but yeah, it is. We're not necessarily the good guys.
Weird
Like,
Dark
sorry.
Souls takes, part the 4th.
It's definitely one of the takes I've ever heard.
Yep.
Shadow Mage, that really depends.
Yeah.
I could rant about the lore of this game for hours and we will still go nowhere.
Yeah, for a game with
This
the word dark
game,
in it, the morality is gray.
Yeah, which I don't mind for the most part.
Homing soul masses off the bat. It's not bad.
It's one of the better ones, yeah.
Jesus.
Bleed damage is fun, and I found a better combo to get a couple more hits off on this boss.
Yeah, this is going way better. Yeah, no, we don't even get the music here. We're gone. Way to go.
Yeah, you remember when this fight had music?
What music?
Exactly. Yeah, so I get to explain what bleed is because, hoo boy, it's my favorite status effect in any game, and it's really prevalent in this one. So, the way statuses work in this game is if you have anything that deals status damage, it applies a buildup of it every hit. And if that buildup reaches past an enemy's threshold or resistance, they are now inflicted with said status. What bleed specifically does is, I'm going to be pretty much making up numbers, but the formula is pretty similar to what I'm saying. It's about 8 to 10% of their maximum health on the proc of it, and then a flat, say, 2,000 damage. It varies. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it's a really large number of damage. I hate this thing. That's why I got that bonfire. And for those of you who like how math works, if you infuse your weapon to do a status, it tends to scale based on the expected attack speed of that weapon. So if you get like a big old chunky, like a great club, for example, it'll do a lot per hit because you can't really do a lot of hits really quickly. So they didn't want to make it like pointless, but it's definitely like not encouraged. And then on a weapon like this, if you infuse it with a status, then it will give it a low amount because it can attack very, very, very quickly. And, we're trying to go fast. And if bleed does percentage max health damage, we want it a lot because that means we don't have to care about having too high stats. And so what we use is this Karthus Rouge. And instead of an infusion doing it, if you use an item, it adds a flat amount, no matter what weapon it is. And that is not taken into account for fast weapons. And that's why stuff like the Crystal Sage get melted.
Mm-hmm.
I actually need rest for that health anyway.
We'd love to see it too, because the Crystal Sage likes to waste your time in casual, where you can only hit him a few times, and then it'll trigger him going somewhere else.
And then you have to find out which one's the real one.
While they're spamming you with a bunch of spells. Yep.
It's just such a time.
Yep.
They're like, oh, they're illusions, so you don't have to like hit them. It's like, oh, cool. Does that mean they don't do a lot of damage? No, no, no. They hit you.
No, they do more damage than the regular boss because there's more of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I sure hope you were paying attention.
Yeah. Never mind the fact that
this
you
game
won't know until they start glowing, but...
This game certainly makes some design choices for casual play.
Oh, yeah.
Still my favorite Souls game, but like, I will not
frankly.
deny this game has some awful, awful things for newcomers.
Mm-hmm.
Also, yeah, welcome to the place that bleeds things more than I do.
Yeah.
It's awful. There's reason I don't want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Everything there does bleed to some degree. And that lovely... I'm going to describe it in a bit of a safer way because it's gross. The dude who looked like he had another dude coming out of his chest, if he hits you, you build up bleed over time. And unless you have a torch, he'll just keep building up bleed.
Yeah, that's Franklin.
Yeah. He's not fun to deal with.
Nope. Little sneaky guys from here. There's this guy.
Ah, yeah. I messed up the first roll, and because he attacks like 8 times in a row, get stagger locked, because this game forgot that stagger's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get myself a drink of water, because don't miss that. I'm just going to take my shield out, because it makes me feel better.
Fair enough.
I don't use it, but it makes me feel better having the option to block. And I believe I can actually go this way. No, it's up this way. Dang it.
Yeah, you gotta go through all the boys, unfortunately.
You don't actually? You can go up this way. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's what I was actually looking at earlier, because I was just trying to check my routing on a few things. There's, if you remember that conga line of people, they tend to just body block you, and your choice is to wait, hit them, or hope for their patterning to just let you walk through. Or you could just go that way, where they're not.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that, because this game has a lot of areas where if you don't go there the first time, you'll just reinforce the path you already took.
Absolutely.
And since there's no items there, I have no way to know it's there without watching other people play.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. This game turns your brain into something weird.
So that's what happened to me. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, Dark Souls just changes you permanently. It's a shame. There we go. That's how you dodge.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Just gotta get to the invincible door and we're fine.
Yeah, right? Door of iframes save me.
These two guys explode.
Yep. Luckily, their big explosion has friendly fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite part about them.
Oh.
It's fine. They just
It's
like
always...
to dance and spin.
It's always a first frame roll opening that door.
Every time. Welcome to these very holy men who shoot fire at anyone who enters.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool.
Welcome
Also,
to
I'm getting this for
xenophobia.
safety because it is extremely slow. Oh, hi. I wonder who that was for. Ooh. I'm grabbing this just because marathon safety. I don't want to die and take us back a very long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the official routing is basically you touch, I think, 3 bonfires, and you just kind of homeward bone around when you need to move places. I, however, am not good enough to not just die.
It's okay.
That takes a lot of practice, like a lot of practice, to just never die.
Mm-hmm.
One day I might give an attempt to, like, do a deathless run.
I believe.
It's one of those things. I know it's possible. It's not unthinkable. I've done every individual boss deathless. Not in a row. Hey, y'all remember that thing about fall damage? Whoops. Whoops, not that. Do I not have my daggers on this? Heck. Well, we get to just fat roll our way through this then.
That's fine.
It's annoying. I hate fat rolling. It feels so bad.
Oh yeah.
I don't believe it messes with your iframes at all. It's just the recovery, which,
It just
the part I'm
feels
scared of.
clunky is the
Yeah.
thing.
That, and if you're playing with controller, which please do,
Please do.
it vibrates every time you do it, which adds an extra layer of like weight to it that I didn't need reminder of.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm doing this badly. Stop.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many ways to really get to a flow state in Dark Souls if your controller is constantly like taking you out of your own rhythm.
It's interesting. You definitely there is a flow state for this game where you just kind of feel like a god sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome to the boys.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of guys. You take out the ones that are on fire. Watch out.
They're
for the
back
big
in
lads.
town.
They sure are. There's just a few of them. More keep spawning. So you just kind of have to corral them and get to the ones that are on fire and beat them up before anybody does those weird stabbies.
Yeah, so they all have different attacks. There's 3 different types of deacons. They tend to just get called big, small, and medium, or middle for some people. They're all awful in different ways,
Yeah.
but they're not too bad on an individual level. The bigger problems are the fireball guys, and then the larger guys can and have no problems using that lovely holy spell force.
Just want to push you around.
Yep. And so this is a great thing for anyone who uses wider swinging weapons, and for anyone who doesn't, it's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Please let me heal. No, not you guys.
That guy.
I am okay. I am at peace. It's fine.
Hey, doing this fast is so tough because you really, like, casually you want to whittle them down to make sure there aren't so many guys spamming you the whole time. But this you just have to go. So if you get a bad pattern or you get forced out and they all close in on themselves, it's a bad time.
Yeah, the fact that I got a decent run of it last time was purely because I was surrounded with the guys who use force, which doesn't do damage, but they do knock you down. But being knocked gives you iframes, so like, it was very, very lucky. Second thing to watch out for is when they summon the deacon himself, the guy who just stayed there instead of being like a couple different dudes. He lets them do a cool instant death move that they charge up if you don't deal with the ads, which is just such a lovely time because instant death is instant.
Yeah.
There is no like, oh, maybe if you just iframe, like, nope, if you don't kill them, you will die very quickly no matter what your health is at.
Yeah, and if you've been through, say, like 3/4 of the fight and then they just bust that out on you, guess who's running back?
All the way. Every Souls game, I believe except 2, has an instant death mechanic. They're awful in all of them. Hell, even Elden Ring has it.
Oh, yeah.
It is one of my least favorite things in that game is getting the items guarded by Death Blight.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost every boss in this game is susceptible to bleed. It's more, the bleed lasts for, I believe, not the bleed itself, but the buff lasts 60 seconds. So if you take longer than that, you better find an opening or just use damage. And that's kind of what happened to us there. Because these guys tend to go down pretty quickly anyway, so they don't need the bleed part of it. But they also kind of don't give you a lot of openings to apply it before the big guy. It's rough. It's a weird balancing game that takes nothing but practice. Like, everything about this game is just practice.
And you're just hoping for good RNG. Hopefully it comes out on the outside or like on guys that aren't right next to you, so you don't eat a billion attacks. But
Yeah,
they
luckily,
have like no poise, so you can get in there a little bit.
yeah, luckily it's also, if your damage is high enough, it's way less stressful. So now I can do this. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. If we're gonna get hit, we'd rather it be by that giant shockwave, because it doesn't do anything really negative. No, not again. I am not enjoying these vibes. Yep, that's the move that I don't want to see. There we go, Deacon's down. So we only have to kill this boss for that small doll it just dropped. If you don't get that, there's a weird gate that you just can't go through for lore reasons.
Yeah.
That and they're one of the 4 dudes who are not doing their job.
Yeah.
But, you know, side mission.
Yeah, that dude has smaller dudes with them, but they're still just one dude. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Don't think too hard about it.
Yep. Just bear seek less, and we keep going.
Wrong game.
That's okay. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm a professional.
Also, there's going to be pumping more decks.
Yep.
That's just how it is. Dark Souls speedrunning is got an interesting thing where the better you are, the more you just pump nothing but damage.
Yeah.
However, we're not that, so we put a couple points into health. We're also going to equip these rings while we're here, because they're important. One of those just gives us an additional couple points of dexterity, which is nice. And the other one is, if our health is full, we do bonus damage. And we're coming up on another puppy.
Yep.
And I love him a whole lot.
Dog.
Follow up, he's got a ring I need.
Here's the dog.
He's such a posers.
He likes to jump and do big sweeping attacks, so stay under him.
Ah, one more hit.
Oh, I thought that was him.
I thought it was both of us, because that's how it happened last time, too. He has 1 hit left in him, and I'm angry. Yeah, normally he staggers by then. I don't know why he didn't, but it's fine. There's... I was watching the world record holder, and I definitely need to, like, look it up or ask around. The way they do this, because they also grab this ring, which is interesting, because I didn't realize anyone did other than me. But they'll do that, but they'll only attack him a couple times, then run off. And for those who've played vanilla, this dude's cool, because if you don't fight him here, he will show up later.
Yep.
And make it your problem. But on the world record video that I was watching, it is, they, like, when he spawns the second time, he just dies immediately. And I don't actually know why. And that is the last ring we need for the rest of the game. That thing's cool because the more you attack, the more damage you do. And we have some of the fastest weapons in the game. So we get lots of damage boost on that. So, sorry about the puppers. He was a good boy. There are 2 others in the game, and we will not be dealing with them. So they get to go enjoy their time hanging out together. With, I believe it's Archbishop... Oh, what is his name? Bar, you know all the lore of everything.
Oh, sure.
Do you know the name of the dude who's at the bottom of that ladder with the 2... pups?
Here?
I can't remember his name. He's in a few of the lore things. Archdeacon...
Something.
Oh,
Does it
God,
start with an M?
I want to say it's like, it starts with an M, yeah, but I don't remember. It's just the Covenant guy, though. He's just down there hanging out with two doggies, so we don't have to go cause them any
McDonald,
problems.
apparently.
That is what it. I thought it was that, but legitimately, I was like, I've been watching BioShock way too much recently, and my favorite character in that is McDonough.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, surely it's not that. This dude's preventing our bonfire usage.
Yep, that's rude.
It's very, very rude. See, if you let me just do that, you could have lived.
Right?
Such a shame. We're off to go bully a lovely skeleton dude named Yorm. He's real big. One would even say giant.
Absolutely massive.
He's an entire unit.
Yeah. We gotta go to prison first.
Yeah. Likely the prison is mostly walking.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Just like real prison. Just walk around for a little bit and you're free.
Yeah.
Can you tell I've never been to prison?
Yeah.
At least not in my memory.
You might have blocked it out. I don't know.
Yeah, why are these like 8 years missing from my life? Nah. Memory, you know how it is.
It's fine.
So that ring that gives us dexterity also turns us invisible when we roll. It does nothing for you. The closest that actually does to any mechanical usage is in PvP. If you're fighting someone else, it can sort of confuse them as to where you're going. I just like the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yorm the kind of big dude.
I just call him Young the Giant.
He is pretty giant. Also, howdy, man. Well, come on in. We're cruising in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Also, not to break the illusion, but would you mind telling me what time we're at?
51:39 right now.
Oh dear lord. That's way, way better than what I expected.
Well, keep it up, bud. Crushing it.
For anyone who hates this jail, you have the objectively correct opinion. This place is a new kind of hell they invented for this game.
Yep.
Oh wait, I need that. Thank you. Those lovely screaming ladies that are kind of spewing fog everywhere, they lower your maximum health.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't come back up healed when it resets.
No.
It's just gone. There's Stabby.
It's really cool. Yeah, there's not a skip, but there's a shortcut you can use where you kind of just fall damage your way down here. I didn't have enough time to practice it, so we were having to take the slightly longer route.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's chill. There's actually a couple of skips where I'm like, I want to look into those because they don't look too difficult, but they look fascinating.
Yeah. And for our third big lad of the run, we have to wake him up and then just, oh fuck, run.
Yeah, he's angry that we woke him up. He was having like a good rest.
This is one of the most harrowing rolls of the run right there because you basically have no vision on him while he's swinging, and if he hits you, you usually fall off the edge.
Yeah, it's one of those, you can look at him or you can look at the path you're running along, and they both, you don't want to be missing either of those, because if you miss the platform, you'll just fall, and I'm pretty sure it's either a one-shot or close to.
Yeah.
But if you're watching the platform, you cannot also watch the giant, and he's also either a one-shot or close to. It's awful.
Oh, I forgot the rats could chase you through here.
Yeah, usually one of them does if you take this path, which is bad but manageable.
Oh,
This is another one of those places where you can skip, because the prison itself is right up there, and you can do one of the fall glitches that for some reason is just allowed.
Rat versus gargoyle, who will win?
Don't know.
Yeah, don't care.
Sadly, I don't get paid enough to care about that competition.
That's fair. It's a weird competition.
It is. My money's on the gargoyle, though.
Yeah, agreed. That
You
spear
can't
is nothing
poison
to
a
mess
rock.
around with. Yeah.
Get that, get some safety, as we do.
Learn how to stretch out from a dead guy.
Yeah, I just literally didn't know the concept of stretching out on the ground until that corpse taught me his ways.
Mm-hmm.
And
Educational.
this is the textbook example of how you use the fall damage glitch, which I'm still not good enough to do consistently. Whoops. This happened last time too. You're supposed to dodge that one.
Yeah, they got a big bowl
Uh,
that shoots fire at you.
yeah, so there is a cool thing about how this game handles fall damage. I don't know the very, very specifics on it, but functionally, if you fall far enough that it would do damage but not kill you, there are circumstances where it will delay giving you that damage, such as if you fall off very shortly afterwards, which is nice and helpful. Second effect is if you delay it in a specific way, it will be delayed into iframes, which means if you're invincible during the time you would take fall damage, you just don't take the fall damage,
Yep.
and it lets you not care about a lot of things if you're really good at it.
This is
Hi,
kind of
buddy.
a gimmick fight. You'll see Max charging up this Storm Ruler blade. And then they're gonna spin around and just whop him with it. He doesn't like wind, so he falls over and then you can smack him a bit.
So mechanically, the way this boss fight actually works is this dude gets a massive damage resistance on almost anything, and then he has spots of his body that take more damage. And so if you hit his hands with an attack, they'll do more damage than if you hit his legs. And the reason the Storm Ruler does it the way it does is because it does hit his head, and his head is actually the weak spot that makes him take more damage than most other bosses would at all. It actually gives you like a bonus multiplier. And the way the Storm Ruler special hits is it hits very vertically. Sadly, there is no application for it outside of this boss fight, but it is interesting that they programmed him such a specific way.
Does like virtually no damage anywhere else.
Yep, upgrading it does nothing. It's just here for this. And we're good. That is half of the game down, technically. But, yeah, so the third boss that's required is not that bad because they are very susceptible to bleed. Like, very. And wouldn't you know it, we have that.
Mhm.
Yep. Oh, my apologies. I skipped a boss in my brain. The next major boss is susceptible to bleed. The next boss, however, is susceptible to parry.
Yeah. You get a free one at the start of the fight.
You say free, I have messed it up every time I've tried to stream it.
Oh.
I have never successfully done that parry on stream, and I don't think I've ever messed it up off stream, so we'll see how doing it in front of a larger audience does for me.
Well,
Who
now that I've
knows?
jinxed you, it's definitely free.
Yeah. I
Don't
mean,
worry about these things. Just don't think about it. Don't worry about it.
yeah,
It's fine. They're fine.
just,
They're fine. There's a reason they're
yeah.
down here. They're fine.
It's their home, they're comfy.
Mm-hmm.
I've got
their
their
lane.
favorite tunes playing.
Flourishing.
The AC is on.
Mm-hmm. Please don't break the windows.
Dear God, please don't.
Yeah, no, you don't want to. Say hello to the Silver Knights. They're still staring at a picture. They're,
Oh, Guinevere.
looking at that photograph.
It doesn't make them laugh, sadly.
No, it doesn't.
These guys
Makes
have
it
no
sad.
sense of humor.
Yeah. Pretty
Speaking
good
of no
weapons,
sense of
though.
humor,
Here's a bunch
I
of
heard y'all
dogs.
like dogs.
Yep. Oh, and the pale shade.
So I'm gonna get this shortcut because
Yeah.
I hate these dogs. That is the only reason. This run-up is so bad just because of the dogs. No, no,
You got the shortcut. Oh no, you had to get the door.
you gotta get the door.
You had to get
Yeah,
the door.
let me rotate the camera. See that door there? It's locked. Angry. It's fine. This is this is why that estimate's extended a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if you do everything with no deaths, this is easily sub 1 hour. But it's Dark Souls.
Yep.
So, expect the worst, and anything that isn't the worst is profit.
Yeah, I'm sitting a little farther away from the mic because someone else had messaged me saying they could hear me breathe, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, just stop breathing. It's easy. You can see very clearly, I simply don't have lungs.
Yeah, you're cheating. It's not fair.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a worthy trade-off. Also, yeah, interesting thing. Those guys are also in Dark Souls 1. For some reason in this game, they do lightning damage on every strike. It's scary.
They don't like that everyone stole their straight sword and just had their way with the back half of the game in Dark Souls 1.
Is that a thing people did?
I did.
Oh, everyone I know did Black Knight weaponry. Please give me these iframes, thank you.
Oh boy. There's one down the hole.
I'm gonna say skill and move on before I have a panic attack about that entire encounter.
We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Hopefully they all fell back down. No, they did not. They waited like good boys. But now they're dead boys, so it's fine.
Yeah. Dogs have such a bad reputation in this game, and they've earned it.
Absolutely.
They teleport, they attack way too quickly, they're unpredictable. They're not good boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only time you'll hear me say that, too.
It was very satisfying in Elden Ring when I hit them with a poise-breaking attack and they just fell over. I was like, oh.
Good. I'm done.
Thank you.
Okay. So
right,
here's the lovely dude. Bad news, we have no heals. Good news, we have a shortcut. Because I expected to have no heals. This dude really loves to get parried.
There it is. I told you it was free. This guy is so
This dude
intimidating.
scares me.
Yeah, casually. As you see him, he's got 2 swords. That's one more than you have usually.
Ah! Yeah,
those
so that's a
after
fight I need my
effects.
heals on, sadly.
Absolutely.
But let's see if we can get more parries.
Does every one of his attacks have parry frames, or is it like only a few?
No. There's... I don't know the specifics, but I definitely know there's some you cannot parry. It's also one of those where... I'm trying to remember where the run back is. I think it's here. It's also one of those where, like, if you don't know the timing, don't try parrying it. That's one of those, like, you definitely practice beforehand, learning which ones to do.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do, because y'all saw how quickly he attacks. He's a little scary.
He's a swingy boy.
Yeah. He's... I wouldn't say he's like a hard, like, brick wall in terms of playing this game. He's definitely like a rough go of it.
Yeah, he's tough.
But this is, again, I prepared. I made sure.
Is that fall lethal? Could you have spooked that?
Probably, but the cast time for Spook is a bit rough, and I don't
that's
think I have
true.
my staff equipped anymore.
Okay.
I had to make room for the other weapons.
Just thinking out loud.
Yeah, no, technically you're not supposed to use it at all. You're supposed to just not die in the first place.
Oh, well, whatever.
Oh my god, it does have an evil pope. It actually has multiple evil popes.
That was very rude of that scythe boy.
Yeah, I need that health for things.
Yep. We're doing extra damage.
Yeah. So, remember when I talked about counter damage before, everybody? Enemies can also do it.
Remember how I talked about free parry? It's still free.
Yep, he does not even charge you.
Well, he does charge you. That's why it's free.
He also does that
Delay.
cool Elden Ring thing where he delays his attacks.
Ugh. Yeah, I can't stress enough how big of a jump it was from Bloodborne to Elden Ring, where Bloodborne is just you have to go.
Hold on while my computer breaks itself.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know why it does that sometimes, and I don't know if it's even showing up on stream.
it did.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say sometimes Dark Souls 3 will just black out both my screens for a second
Oh,
and not let me do anything. It's one would think cause for alarm. Oops. I think it might just be because part of it is Dark Souls 3 is not like a newer game, and for some reason it's not cool with being full screened and also tabbed out of.
it's very temperamental.
Yeah, it's one of them. That's the only guess I could think is like it's tied to whatever causes that as well.
Probably some weird registry key you can change, but it's not really worth the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it is, I'm scared that'll break more things.
It's still free. Will I say
Or
that every time? I don't know.
depends on how often every time has to be.
Yeah, the tempo changes in this fight are the big, like, hiccup.
He is like the opposite of how I feel about the dancer. He feels like the opposite of a very cool dance with a boss. Yeah, so his second phase is twofold of a problem.
Gets two of himself.
And he gets stronger attacks as well.
Yep.
Dang it. Alright.
Camera.
A little bit of camera. Stop breaking, game. Please. And I
Should
don't... Heck. Alright. What's up?
should be noted that glitchless doesn't involve when your computer glitches out on its own.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know me, which is a vast majority of you, I'm really cursed when it comes to computer stuff. For some reason, if I build someone else a computer, it will work perfectly every time. And the instant I try to do anything for myself, it is weirdly cursed, and no one has answers. It is the most insane sounding thing, where I'm like, yeah, I can't run this program because it causes half my games to crash. There is no overlap, it's not replicatable, except on my computer. Howdy, Pulsar! Let's see if I can not let this boss get to me.
You got this.
The only reason I say that is because that is not what I meant to do, but it works. I don't have a safety save after this. The closest I have skips a boss, which kind of negates doing this. Oh my god. Alright, I'm chill. It's fine. Yeah, so if for anyone wondering why there's a kill switch implemented, stuff like this kind of just happens. Yeah, sadly, I'm looking at my saves that I keep on hand, and none of them are well placed after this point because
Hmm.
I cruised so easily last time. The only other one I have is right before the final boss, which right before the final boss, which I'll use if we're getting like a little too close for comfort, because I spent a lot of time practicing that fight specifically because we struggled with it yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Your Pontiff goes one of two ways. You either handle business or it's a time for a little bit.
Which, yeah, like even in casual playthroughs, he's he's a rough one. I'm
It's all good.
I'm angry at myself.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's chill. How we doing on time?
110.
Gotcha. Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
I'm so angry. That is so amazingly good, and if only I could like no death the rest of this, we'd be absolutely golden.
Well, let's do it then.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's within the realm of possibility. I was more worried that we were like way farther along. Like,
No,
no, you're
fortunately
way behind what you expected, just cruise.
we have an easy commute here.
Yep,
You know,
we've
just run past some
got,
dogs.
I want to say 4 bosses. We've got Pontiff, we've got Aldrich, we've got Dancer, we've got the twins, and then the final boss.
Yep.
And about half of those are I could do them while just cruising.
Yeah.
Because I know some of these boss fights way too well, and some of them not at all.
Hmm. Here's an update that's still free.
It is still free. I'm not charged at all.
Yep.
Hey, Ponce, if you mind if I... He minded.
You did.
No,
Ugh.
So, what that was a cool thing that doesn't get brought up a lot, because it normally isn't anything to worry about. So, the thing that lets you do the fall damage skip is a thing that is, your actions can kind of be buffered a little bit so that they queue up. And I don't have an input display set up, but essentially if I roll and then press roll halfway through, I don't have to press it at the end of the roll. It'll automatically queue up to roll the next frame available. And that's really helpful if you have attacks that you need to dodge that are, frame perfect dodges. The downside to that is if you don't, and it queues them up anyway, because with bosses like Pontiff, where they space their attacks out kind of strangely, and very specifically have like different timings for the same attack, uh, if you buffer it so it comes out at the very frame, the game kind of input reads a little bit, and by a little bit I mean way too much,
A whole
and it'll be like,
bunch.
ah,
We know you're
goes,
rolling.
oh, I can punish this,
Yeah.
and then does. Do I have? I do have a full heal. That'll make me feel better. You would not believe how often that's free.
Yeah, right?
That is not free. What is wrong with me?
Nothing. It's just Pontiff.
Yeah, that's really what it is. This one goes out to anyone who's ever struggled with that fight. I see you, and I understand. Everyone understands that in Abyss Watchers.
Yeah. You have an extra shard.
I do, which isn't technically the reason I'm here, but it's not a bad reason to come back to.
Definitely not.
One of them would be I need a bit of those.
A
Ashen. Thank you, bud.
Mm-hmm. If you need to, there's a quick bone shard also right off of the swamp bonfire.
I already have that one.
Oh, you do? Okay, I didn't even see you do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I also
missed
have
my
another
job to
bone
pay
shard
attention.
from... Where was it? I think I get either 2 or 3 bone shards in this run, and I don't remember where they're from. This is one of those games where, like, sometimes I just get muscle memory about it.
Sure.
And so I'm like, yeah, it's just on the way, and that is as specific as I can get for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, turning your Estus into a distinct and explicit full heal, always good.
Oh, yeah.
And always having an extra charge of it's not bad. But technically, the only reason I went back is to stock up on that Karthus Rouge, because bleed damage is actually worth it, like, to that degree.
Yeah. It was nice that you pawned that dog off on the handrail, too. Kept him off you the whole time.
Yeah, I wish it was consistent, but, you know,
Right.
Dark Souls dogs.
Yep. Dog souls.
Ooh.
My favorite is getting hits on right when you're walking into a boss room, like through the fog wall. He really didn't like that chair.
It was a killer chair.
Ooh. He didn't like that joke either. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll teach me. I was like, yeah, I'll take a second. I'll make one offhanded remark. No, don't. Banned.
I'll tell some puns while fighting Pontiff.
Oh, Pontiff Sullivan.
Yeah, Pontiff Sullivan. Hmm?
Maybe that's why. He's just actually inflicting psychic damage to me directly.
Well, he's having a tiff with you because you told a pun. It's right there in the name.
Yep. It's fine. Yeah, Pontiff Solvent.
That works. We'll take it. I always just call him Sully and Splits, but that works too.
I'm a professional who totally uses splits and not just a single timer.
It's fine.
I'm just really good at memorizing the parts that irritate me the most and cause the most deaths because I'm there a lot. They stick around.
Yep. You know what else sticks around?
That parry.
That parry.
I swear, every single time, I know what I'm doing wrong, and I cannot fix it, and I'm mad. It's fine.
It's fine.
Gonna have some water.
It's a good opportunity for all of chat to get some water, actually.
Yeah, y'all should be drinking more water. I guarantee you're not at the point where more water would hurt.
Don't get this from any of the big speedrun events.
What, forced hydration?
Yeah.
Actually, you're right. I've watched a lot of like marathon stuff, and no one ever reminds chat to hydrate.
It's frankly irresponsible.
Yeah, we're put in charge of y'all. If you don't tell your chat to hydrate, they just won't.
They just won't.
Oh, thank God, the move I can skip.
Yeah.
No dodging required. Now if I can be smart and not get greedy. It's literally the same like problem I was having with the final boss, where like I was getting way too greedy and not learning the fight at all.
Yeah.
And that's why it was bothering me so much, is because I'm like, I know that I'm doing it wrong. I know how I'm doing it wrong every step of the way.
Yeah, the other part about Pontiff that's tough is that big dash, because he'll break your lock on, and then he just gets a second to do whatever, and you gotta react.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts of this dude that just are bad.
Yep.
Heck yes. So that thing's AoE is massive.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, game? When am I supposed to dodge that? Okay. No! I cannot stress this enough. It keeps buffering my dodges when I do not want it to.
Mm.
Also, yeah, that is absolutely just a JoJo stand.
Pontiff will pull attacks on you like 4 fights later that you haven't seen for the past 10 tries, and it's infuriating.
Yeah, right? Anyone who's here last night, do y'all remember him shooting a wave out of his sword? Because I don't. I don't
Yeah.
remember him having the Moonlight Greatsword personally,
Yeah.
mainly because
Despite
I
how.
want it.
Yeah, despite how obsessed like 3/4 of the fandom is with it.
What really cracks me up is people forget FromSoft does not Souls games.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I keep hearing, like, oh, Moonlight Greatsword is in all the FromSoft games. I'm like, it's not. It's not an Armored Core. It's
It's
not
not
an
an Armored
Eternal
Core.
Ring.
It's not in their best game, Metal Wolf Chaos XD.
That sounds like how I spoke in my DeviantArt days.
Oh, it is. They
The
stole it
game
from you.
itself is?
Well, maybe.
It'd be weird if I got to get flung back there through a game every single time it's free.
It's just free.
I'm gonna swap that over.
What's not free is his angle of where you get the parry punish.
Wow, I hate this dude. In all the Armored Cores, Core Hawk? What is it? I'd have to ask Malu, but Malu got me into a PS2 game that's also from FromSoft. It does not play well up front, but it does. It's got interesting design choices about it, and that's not me being facetious. It actually does have like just interesting stuff about it. I have
Interesting,
not
like.
played it far enough to see, just like Unique,
Okay.
and I've yet to see if there's a Moonlight Greatsword in that, but I also don't think I would use it in that game. Yeah, I don't. Have you played Indivisible before? I think that's what it's called.
The one with the
It,
lady that gets all the people in her head.
yes, the one that's like a weird, like, yes, it's turn-based, yes, it's also not turn-based kind of system, where it's like all your characters have their own gauges and you kind of still choose when to use them. It felt like that, except it was more of a beat 'em up style. It's really confusing to think about. But it was like back on the PS2 era, and I was just kind of like, FromSoft has always been doing new things. Yeah, I'm starting to think that I don't like this dude. Gonna have
You
some
know,
mean thoughts about him.
I'm not sure where you get that conclusion, but I think I agree.
I'm
If you, if you need to go focus mode, don't worry about it.
Thing is, I don't know if I'm capable of that because my ADHD is so rampant. I'm like, I can't shut up. It's just not allowed. I'm so fucking experiment. I mean, thing is, Korhawk, even the Souls formula was experimentation. It's part of why a lot of people liked it. There wasn't a lot of stuff like that at the time. And even Demon Souls like didn't do super well, if I recall, because it was so outside of the norm at the time. It was like retroactively considered good. Where did you come from? Because I know. Oops. Okay. I know. Eternal Ring, I've been told, plays like the Kingsfield series. Can't confirm because I've only played Eternal Ring and not Kingsfield, but I've been told like FromSoft, once they find something that does well, they tend to like really use it a lot and refine it. What do you mean? Where did I go, Pulsar?
You said where did you come from? So Pulsar is going
Oh,
Cotton Eye Joe.
well, my internet has a very fun thing it likes to do, where sometimes, as a surprise, it'll shut off.
Oh.
And the only way I would be able to tell that is if once I reconnected, I see someone in chat going, "What happened to Max?"
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, "Oh no, did I disappear again?" I've been doing my best to like mitigate that happening, but it's it can still happen. No, please. Yeah, let me know, because I guess it's technically up to you, Far. If you want me to pop in that save that's right before the final boss, if we end up like too close to time,
That's fine.
just
I
because
will
like
keep you
I
posted.
cannot keep track of that. Yeah.
126 right now.
God, it feels like it's been hours. I forgot to swap to the good guard or the good parry shield. That's fine. Yeah, because his arcs are so wide, even being directly behind him does not mean anything about safety.
Yeah. You can try to circle strafe him, but he has his dash move. He can swing around. He can do a bunch of different things.
He's got the actual like get out from behind me attacks. He's got 2 of those. I'm gonna reapply Karthus because I don't know if it wears off partway through or not.
Fair.
You know what?
Hey.
As soon as I start going, hey, we might want to have to skip to the final boss, I'm like, you know what? No, actually, I don't want to.
Yeah, no.
I want to play the damn game.
Let's play the damn game.
In case anyone wants to know what happens when Max gets fed up, that
Mm-hmm.
I start talking mad shit and destroy. Ooh. So next up is actually, in a casual playthrough, one of the hardest bosses for me, and from what I've heard, just like anecdotally, it's really rough on everybody.
It's just a pain in the
And
ass, yeah.
for the speedrun, if you're very careful with your attacks, easy peasy, like they technically get to their second phase, it just doesn't matter. Which is always nice. Always nice to be able to skip most of a boss. Also, for anyone looking for secret dogs, they're in that wall. There's
They're in
2
that
of
wall.
them. Go
Yep.
give them a pet.
Don't. It's not a fun time.
It's not. It's really not.
It's not.
It's like it tricks you into thinking it's like, oh, it's a really open area, so it's not like it'll pin you against a wall. And if you
Oops.
try to go into the open area, you fight 2 of those big dogs at once. And if you don't, you're in a very, very tight corridor.
Oh, and there's water down there too, so
Does that water slow you down?
I don't quite recall, but it's
Oh, wait.
annoying.
The thing is, it's not that the water slows you. They have lightning breath.
Yeah, that's what does it.
I was like, wait, I remember the water mattering for some reason. Also, fun fact, the dogs are called pontiff beasts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fair. It's entirely fair that they're his, because look at him.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've got blood, I've got lightning. If I recall correctly, if I have the spare lightning, I can actually use it on the final boss if I need to. I don't want to, but I can.
I mean, if you got it when we get there.
I don't remember if he's weak to it or not. I think he is, but he's also weak to bleed, so truly it's dealer's choice. So anyone who's somehow played the first game, but not this one, this should look very, very familiar.
He is weak to lightning.
He is weak? Hell yeah. I thought he was, because I remember there being a bit about, in the first game, like, the final boss is weak to fire, despite it being, like, heavily pushed the whole, like, fire theming. And with this one, this whole area is, like, lightning, and the final boss is weak to lightning.
You can apparently
my
also
dads.
use you can use Vow of Silence on the Soul of Cinder when he's in a sorcerer's set.
Oh,
You
the thing
just
is, I
tell him
like
to
when he's in a
shut up.
sorcerer set, so, like,
Yeah.
ooh, no. Almost did something really bad.
Ashen
Ashen 1. Actually, I need to sell some stuff, because I... Don't need those. Need that. Sell that. Sell that. Let's go get our weapon. +5.
Mhm.
Hello, Madam Level Up. I don't have anything for you right now. We're off to
Not
go beat
even-
up Aldrich.
Yeah. We'll get you some eyeballs later. It'll be fun.
I won't, but we can.
We won't. Yeah, no.
Hey, do you want to be cursed with vision? It's fine. It's like she'll see the future. Oh no. Chat help. She's seeing the future.
Stop.
It looks bad.
Uh-oh. The future is that that first spear lunge off that guy is also free.
It's also very dangerous.
Yeah, but it's free, so it's fine.
It is. We're officially in the part of the game where everything does too much damage to the people with not enough health to take all that damage.
Yeah.
Which, luckily, I do put points into health specifically because of that and the whole speedrun part. Need to make sure we don't die more than my skill dictates. It's really easy to take a lot of chip damage that you probably shouldn't be. Hi, Aldrich. So, don't worry about that title, Devourer of Gods.
It's fine.
Do worry about this. So that bow move is hell, in case anyone wanted to know what hell felt like. Try and just face tank the bow and arrow attack. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah. That's also a tough one to get caught in.
Yeah, when they leave the battlefield, they leave a big old ooze thing. It's rough. That move heals the boss if you get hit by it. So it's generally a good idea to don't.
I don't think I've ever gotten hit by it.
By the Life Hunt Scythe?
Yeah.
It's really hard to dodge because it's 2 spins and they're really wide and fast spins. Hate this boss. No! Oh my god. Hopefully, what we're aiming for is when he's in that first phase, before he gets all flamey, you can stagger him, and sort of like Yorm, if you hit his, well, the top of his body, this boss is a lore nightmare, by the way. Just
Mm-hmm.
don't ask too many questions, please. It gets weird and complicated. If you hit the top of his hitboxes, he takes a lot more damage. The problem is he tends to lift that part a bit higher, and so it's like after specific attacks and stagger, you can hit it. And if you don't, then you just don't get to. Hence why I said earlier, like, if you can get a good cycle on him, you're golden. And if you can't, have fun with him being the way that he just is.
Yeah. Spamming 8 different ways.
Yep. Here's chip damage, here's chip damage on the floor, chip damage when I leave, chip damage that's just floating around.
Yeah.
Remember those guys? Remember how they used to be a boss?
Yep. Now they're here.
It's the coolest. No,
That'll happen in Aldrich a lot because he likes to spam early and often, and you have to like avoid all those things, and then that'll screw up the camera. It's just a thing.
Yeah, this is one of those cases of every time I've fought him, I've done really well just by chance of him getting good patterns, which means I have no practice fighting him.
Mm-hmm.
My general go-to in a casual playthrough is, unsurprisingly, get a big stick and it staggers him.
Yeah. Just keep him in one
because,
place.
like, it's a lot easier to only have to get one attack in every phase change. Okay.
These guys are just being rude.
Yeah, this place is really impolite.
Absolutely. I mean, they like eat people. It's just kind of.
There we go. Hi, buddy. Up. This game's garbage.
Yeah.
I'm also entirely out of bleed. And, yep, looks like I'll be relying on my backup.
Yeah, the arrow
Yeah,
rain is dumb.
at least the arrow rain has an unintended way that you can block it. Then you just only have to dodge every other attack he throws your way in the middle of arrow rain. I know there is I want to say it's a miracle called Wall of Light, which claims to deflect spell attacks. It doesn't. It just lets you not get hit by them. It doesn't actually like do anything fancy. Second of all, you would think this would be the perfect time for that. It lasts a little bit longer than its cast time, which means you have to stand there and spam it using all your mana to get through one arrow rain. It's not good. All right, let's go, Aldrich. I'm tired of you. I've seen you too many times. Why am I still getting hit by that game? It's the funny move.
Haha, arrows. Hope you like them.
Luckily, that move is actually fun. This would be an amazing pattern if I had bleed.
Yep.
He would have been dead already.
Oh,
No. Yeah, so in phase 2, it goes on for even longer.
there he
We're
is.
good. Hey chat, we've had one boss fight. Well, what about a second boss fight?
I don't know. You think it might be a little too indulgent for them?
Probably. Hey, did we use no Estus when we fought Aldrich that last time?
Yeah.
No, I used one.
Oh, one.
I was about to get really mad at myself.
Also, we just killed an old lady. Don't worry about it.
It's fine, she has to die.
Mhm.
For, like, moral reasons, I think.
Instant kill move.
Welcome to my favoriteest boss. So I found out if you stay behind her that whole time, during her whole spin, you can actually attack her in the middle of that animation.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Could you imagine the amount of sweaty palms? Because, like, I've done a lot of stupid challenge runs. I've done a lot of stupid challenge runs and a lot of, like, play this game in a harder way than you need to for a little bit. Getting behind her while she's doing a pinwheel spin? Nah, no thank you.
Nope.
Also, Sage, that sounds like something you would say in Pig's chat, just like casually. So that is... oh no. That's bad. That's a long walk because I didn't do the safety bonfire. I thought about it, and yet. That's fine. We're ahead of what I expected from myself, so.
Hmm.
Y'all remember this? Like 40 levels ago?
Mm-hmm. Do we have the elevator?
No. That elevator is a lot of time investment for something that you really, really, really should not use.
Okay.
Which is a shame. I like a lot of this level specifically. It's just, we don't get to see a lot of it.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna have to re-equip my staff for this, because we have too much fall damage we don't want to be taking.
Yeah.
No thank you, sir. Man, I wonder who that noise was for. Certainly not me.
Yeah.
Also, I think I just heard it deload.
It definitely did cut off right in the middle of it.
Yeah, I think we accidentally despawned it. Whoops. Because I know there's nothing in that area that can kill it. This would have saved me so much time if I wasn't a huge goober.
That's okay.
Yeah. Sage, are you trying to make me cry? Because stuff like that's gonna make me cry. And I'm gonna need my eyesight. Because we have a couple more bosses.
It's true.
So, obviously we're not going to be using it for a lot of reasons. there is a cool glitch you can do to cheese this boss fight like crazy. So there's a summon you can get for a dude who uses an Uchi Katana, which is a katana that does bleed damage, which is nice. You know I love me some bleed damage.
Uchi Katana, my beloved.
Right? What's interesting is this game has a bug where if an NPC dies and then you just kind of leave the game afterwards and come back and then summon them again, they can't die anymore.
Oh. Well then.
And so you basically can just let him spam nothing but bleed damage on the dancer. Yay, last phase. Ah, heck.
Yeah, this is definitely the territory where, like Max said, things start doing way more damage than we really have the wherewithal for, so it's all about don't get hit.
Yeah. Even this boss fight, which, like, I really, really do know that boss fight super well. It's still really difficult if it's going on longer than I expect it to like, keep up. Like, this'll definitely drain you as a person to try and get through in one sitting. Like, you would not think just paying attention super closely for stretches of time would be exhausting, but here we are.
Oh my god, I almost passed out after I finished my practice yesterday.
Yeah, I know you said you were tired, but I thought it was from, like, having to help everyone set everything up.
No,
I forgot that
fine.
you were also, like, practicing.
Yeah, no. 4 hours of straight focus.
That's just so much time.
I trained for it, but, you know. Spin to win.
Get that safety sip in.
Absolutely.
Just like Vort from the same place, your safest spot for this boss is behind her. Okay.
Ronnie being patient there.
You saw me wanting it.
I saw it. I saw it.
The far sensor went off, and I could feel you in my head going, "Don't you fucking dare!"
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You're welcome.
You know I wanted to so badly. Come on, I can stagger out of it. No, you cannot stop.
I heard the control stick move slightly forward from miles away.
So that is another one of those bosses that a lot of people will attest is one of the, like, really difficult bosses of the run. Oh, I forgot we actually have enough to upgrade our swords for the last time. But we're through a lot of the hard part. So Far helped me out a lot, both in between practice runs and also during the practice run yesterday. Massive help. I found some stuff out that I haven't told Far about, and I'll be trying to show off some of it today.
Ooh.
Because some of that movement tech that I found out while I was watching Chair's Mega Man playthrough, which really glad I did because that saved a solid 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But there's a boss fight coming up. Not the next one, but the second to last boss fight of the game, the twins. And it's not considered a glitch because it technically isn't, but it definitely looks like one if it can get pulled off.
Oh, we have something for the twins, do we?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know how much that means to me. Yeah, there is a way to trivialize the entire second phase if done correctly.
Yes.
I've not practiced it, I just know how it works and that it is possible.
Alright. Does it use consumables or anything?
It doesn't. It uses nothing but very careful placement.
Good.
The real downside is I don't know if I can do it, but I'm gonna try anyway, because like,
Got to.
yeah, just imagine.
No twins? Free twins? Sure. I guess you still have first phase, but
Yeah, first phase. To be fair, like I got a lot of practice on first phase.
yeah, that you did.
The answer, like every other boss fight I've had to practice, is stop getting greedy for the love of God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I hate having to kill him, but I really desperately need this bonfire.
That locked up for a second there, and I don't know if it was you or me. Apologies.
I think that was me, but I can never tell. I just assume me every time because like my internet's weird. Gonna just gonna do a thing real quick. Don't mind me.
I was wondering how you got through there so quickly last time.
This isn't how I did it last time. This is another one of those
Oh.
movement tech things I found out.
Oh.
So those dragons breathe a lot of fire, and that fire hurts.
Yeah.
As evidenced.
Oh. Oh, man.
Yep. It was clumsy, but I did it. You can do that no hit. However, that was also my first attempt at doing that run specifically, so I will take it.
Sure.
Hi,
Just
dude.
throwing in tech for the run.
I mean, listen, man. I do my best when I'm improvising.
Fair enough.
Hey, you practice this, right? I watched
Uh,
someone practice it. Does that count? Pulsar, it saves, I'd say, a few minutes, like 2 to 3. And here is the boss fight that I just label far, because it is objectively, you wait your turn to attack.
yep. I saw it there too.
You know I wanted to.
I saw it.
That's what I wanted. I was gonna wait to heal until I staggered him one more time. Easy every
First
time.
try. Let's go.
I can feel my heart rate shooting up way higher than it normally does.
After yesterday, that's got to feel great.
It really does.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Fun fact, the reason that went better than last time, on top of just the dodges, I forgot to use the damage boosting last time
Oh, yeah.
that I go out of my way to go get. By the way, there is a reason I grabbed both of those bonfires, as evidenced yesterday.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Pulsar, thank y'all. Actually, thanks everyone in chat. I do try to glance over and see y'all, and it's always so supportive. It makes it a lot easier to get through some of these like mess ups when I see everyone just absolutely having a blast.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 bosses left in the entire game, everybody.
Yeah, we just got to get out of the library real quick.
Yeah, we gotta scale this place.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I found another route that saves another 30 seconds off of what I was doing, so like, really happy about it.
Nice.
I hate this place.
Yeah, the books here don't like you.
They're real grabby, and I didn't really say I was cool with that. I took a wrong turn.
Dude, they'll really pull you in.
Books do that. The real problem is they will cast instant death on you.
Yeah.
Like it's Final Fantasy V. Nope. Okay. It is now, I believe, a clean shot to the final boss. Not final boss, second to last boss.
Yeah, should be. Got our first shortcut.
Yeah, I'm very nervous about dying because I messed up a trick.
It's fine.
It's never a bad idea to have backups.
No, definitely not.
Like, the only time I wouldn't go for these is if I was going for world record, and wouldn't you know it, I'm not. I missed that by a long shot, but that ain't what I'm here for.
Now that first try Dragon Slayer is the only momentum we need. You got this.
Yeah, right? I was really worried that was going to take a while because that is the boss that forced me to be better at the game for the entire rest of my life. Because it's very much like, oh, he staggered, you get free hits, and no, you don't. If you try to hit him while he's staggered, there's a good chance you're going to get absolutely knocked. And if you don't wait your turn, he has no real stagger outside of health thresholds.
Yeah.
So, like, he will just keep attacking you if you try to just attack relentlessly.
He's all
so,
poise. No breaks.
Yes, I could absolutely PB. I'm very much on record to go for a PB. The fact of the matter is, if I finish this run at all before the kill switch is activated, I PB by a lot. Alright, I'm gonna go actually refill my Estus, because I'm a little nervous. Just a little bit.
Understandable.
A couple seconds here is worth the absolutely excruciating pain of dying.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, yeah, Pulsar. I'm always like, as much as I can haha about like I will not be getting a world record anytime soon, I ain't about that. I'm here to do better than what I did before. And I was talking about it last night when I was doing my practice run. I could easily shave off 30 minutes, solid 30 minutes, by just being slightly better and practicing these bosses more. Just like doing this more in general will save me so much time. Glad I got that Estus at least.
Yeah, this section is harrowing casually until you realize you could just run past every single one of these guys and hit the elevator and you don't have to worry about it.
Yep, so this is the reason we get the bonfire that's by the other bonfire for some reason. This one leads right to that one.
Ooh.
This game really does like to throw a lot of enemies at you.
Yeah, they just stuff them into places.
Like, I know there's a lot of controversy around Dark Souls 2 existing, and I know one of the complaints that it gets is that it does that. It did that after a re-release. This game has been like this the entire time, as evidenced by the fact that I'm on an old patch. Yeah, you think I haven't practiced? This is a lot.
Nope. There we go. We might be better now. Sorry about that, chat. Max is lagging through things. He's back. He's back. He's back. We're back. It's all fine, Max. Just keep doing your thing.
Yeah, I know. I can still hear you when that's going on.
Good stagger there.
So, fun fact, I have to set up the cheese. Remember how I said I practiced?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't. So I don't expect to get it if I have to redo this fight at all. But if you can spawn, or if you can kill them where you're standing right behind their spawn, fun fact, the large dude is actually blind. Like, he's even coded to be blind. And there's a specific way that you can essentially just attack the younger brother. And if you do that, he literally will never aggro to you. And because he's the one, you know, doing the fight, it means you just kind of chip away at the brother that matters. No!
Oh,
No! All
the
right,
range
it's fine.
there.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine. This is well within expected.
It was a solid first attempt.
I mean, honestly, if I had done it that attempt, I probably would have screamed. Which, luckily, the filters I have set up for my microphone mean y'all wouldn't have heard it, but the entire rest of my house would have been concerned. Yeah, that cheese is very fascinating to me because they literally just stand there and it looks like you're glitching the game out. It's just, they have no way to technically know you're there.
Whoops.
Yeah, because, like, you're not breaking anything in the game itself. He's actually just programmed to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, here's hoping I don't have to do the stupid weight into the slab. Okay.
Yeah.
Note to self, send elevator back down.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case. Welcome to a major reason that my run was over 3 hours last night. This singular elevator.
Yeah.
I've never felt more like a fool than having that happen like 8 times. Do I have... Okay, I have no embers. This is just going to be nothing but me and... skill. No!
Monks are brave, but you may
Fine.
rest here too.
Mulligan.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just angry because it was, if not the last frame of my iframes, it was close to. Like, that
Yeah.
was so ridiculously close. Yeah, I'm going the right way.
Thanks, Paula. Have a good one.
Yeah, Paula, thanks for stopping by, bud. You really... I don't know Pulsar because it's also, as soon as you hit him, like, I don't know if it's like he can hear your footsteps or if it's like a literal line of sight. Like, there's a lot of reasons why their AI is scripted the way it is. And I don't know the specifics. I just know the way it was explained to me was basically, he's blind. So that. Because, again, it is allowed in glitchless because it's not, you're not like abusing anything that isn't part of the mechanics technically. I just don't know any other way that's like applied other than like just that. Oh my god.
So
Alright.
brave.
Alright.
You may rest here too, if you like.
Yeah, in terms of bosses with like infuriating things that they say after you die, this one is up there.
Yeah, like, I love the lore of these two. I really do. And that line, the first time I heard it, is like, oh, that's really interesting. I've died too many times to these bosses. Like, too many times, and the fact that they say it every time, rage-inducing.
I forget what
Feels a little
Morgott
condescending.
says, but that's my least favorite. That one pissed me off.
Morgott.
The
I
like
don't
fell
remember.
omen guy from Elden Ring.
Yeah. No, I remember who it is, but I was like, I don't remember if I died to him enough to memorize his death quote. Usually if I died in Elden Ring, it was to like trash mobs around the world, not usually bosses. I also just didn't fight all the bosses because that game was not for me really. I played it 3 times all the way through and went, nope, I think I'm good.
Fair enough.
So like I didn't do the funny like, oh, it's millennia, and then do the funny haha, it's a really hard boss.
Oh, it's put these foolish ambitions to rest. And I'm just
That's
like, no,
right.
no, fuck you.
At least when you die in these guys' boss fight, they're actually trying to comfort you. Because if y'all remember Shadow Mage coming in here earlier and saying, aren't there 2 that are basically like, this is pointless? That's these guys. They're explicitly saying like, if you want, you can just hang out here with us. We don't even mind. It's chill.
Okay, clean. Good adjust on that camera.
Okay. My greed causes far direct physical pain.
Yeah, you knew too.
I know, and I feel so bad because I'm like, if it works, it's really, really useful. And if it doesn't, I can feel agonied screaming. Oh my god, that angle is so hard to hit.
Yeah. When you're that close too, it's ugh.
Yeah, it's specifically like you have to hit like a 45-degree angle on your dodge, like 45-degree forward, to be able to dodge it and get in close enough to get any sort of attacks off before he starts teleporting again. And like it's, I don't know, analog sticks or circles, man. 45 degrees is hard to estimate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Pig, you say that, and you're mostly correct. I've seen too many stubborn people go, I refuse to learn about greed and instead will build tanky to make up for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no wrong way to play the game, but like, do you really think you're learning if you're just face tanking every single move? Like, you're not getting better.
Yeah, that was my first playthrough of this game, was sword and board and just like eat damage.
Like, even with a shield, at least it's like, well, if your stamina goes out, you're about to take a whole lot more, so you're still learning to manage your stamina. Like, more respect for sword and board than just like, if I build enough poise damage and enough heavy armor, then I can just not get stunned and not have to care.
I want you to know that I visibly nodded when you drank Estus instead of punishing that.
Thank you. I have a tiny far that now lives in my head when I play Dark Souls. No! Having to... Yeah. That was my brain short-circuiting, because I was like, I need to heal, and I need to dodge those orbs, and I don't want to back myself into a corner, but I don't know where else I can go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, Mint. That's terminal.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it is. I'm gonna get, like, I'm gonna do something that I know is wrong, and I know is stupid, and the amount of shame I feel from my internal far sensors is just gonna kill me. And I'll be like, you know what? I deserved it. I think that's what really frustrates me the most, is I know that it is my fault. Every time I mess up, I'm like, nope, that was entirely me. Like, yeah, dogs are infuriating, there's not a lot you can do. And like some of the mobs, it's like there's just too many. Do your best. Like
Yeah.
stuff like this, no. Entirely a skill issue. Mint is one of your Souls dads? Sometimes all you need is a good circle strafe.
Yep.
Oh, there he is.
Nice of them to set the chairs back up every time.
Yeah, I'm sure Chair doesn't like being knocked down that much.
That's true.
Nope. Do your funny flame wave. Or that. That's also punishable. Boop.
Yep. Oh, hello.
Hi, guys.
Nice.
Hey, chat, we're on the final boss!
Yeah, there it is. I was willing you to stay frosty there, and you did. Yes.
I know. I was like, I have to make Far proud. The most insane thing to mumble to myself while speedrunning.
This random person across the country must appreciate my skill.
I can't let him down. It's not even you appreciate it's me going like, I know he'll be really disappointed if I get greedy. I got greedy once and went, no more of that. We're done. And you know what? I'm gonna make sure I do a thing for the sake of getting this marathon done. We're making sure we have 3 full stacks of that before I get any more levels. Nah, we're getting caked up for this run. I'm making sure we finish this in a reasonable time.
2:13 right now, just so you know.
That's already better than I was hoping. I was literally like, if I try really hard, I can get sub 2:30. This isn't even me trying too hard. This is me right after trying a single round of practice. Like, I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Like, I keep forgetting practice really is an important thing in doing anything that requires skill. Ah, dang it, wrong.
We hit
Hi,
the levee.
Lilith. Yeah, well, certainly a way of phrasing that is... Now for the thing I actually spent a lot of time practicing. I was doing this a long time. The final boss is really satisfying when you're good at it.
I was gonna be a
Like,
smartass
really
and be like, what? Putting all the things on the chairs?
No, I already messed that up. No, you can animation cancel 3 of those by falling. I don't.
Oh yeah.
There's a time save to like time spent kind of ratio, and the amount of time it would take me to learn those is not worth the 2 seconds it would save me overall.
Mm-hmm.
End of the game. This feels so weird.
You're here.
What if you just casually shave a little bit under an hour off of your last run? What it?
What if you just do that? How about we do
Yeah.
that?
Like, this just makes me realize how very feasible it is to get sub 20 or sub 2 hours.
Yeah.
Literally yesterday, it felt like that was one of those, if I spend months trying, like, no, 24 hours.
Yeah. Abyss Watchers and Pontiff, and that's it.
Yeah. Like, if I can get that, the twins set up, then that's also good.
Run swings.
It's fine. Ah, the delays.
Yeah, nasty.
What I'm hoping for is not that. I was hoping he'd go into his int phase, because that's my favorite.
Yeah. Easiest one to deal with for sure.
Ah. Nah, that's fine. Yeah, the thing is, I can deal with pretty much any phase better than the spear.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the sheer RNG, like, it'll be fine.
Yep.
We're cruising. This is literally the last thing we have to do, and we're just done. And then Greg gets to go have a fun.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I've actually never seen a full Undertale speedrun. I've seen, like, the first areas where they were just, like, explaining movement stuff, which is nice, but, like, I feel like that isn't really the meat of it.
The meat of it is Undyne and Sans.
Oh, I love the Undyne fight so much. I'm not good at it, but that's also one of those. I've never practiced. I did it once and went, cool.
Ooh, spicy boy.
Oh, like hell. No! That...
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, like, he does those attacks so quickly, it's very... I don't know if it's actually impossible. It feels impossible to try and dodge both of those. When he does the, like, spin attack, it's actually, like, 2 different hits. And I don't understand what the timing is on dodging those. If anyone actually has any idea, please let me know. Because, my second least favorite is absolutely the pyromancy part, because of the sword.
Yeah, it's just too fast.
Yeah, and like the thing is, I'm fast rolling because I refuse to play this game any other way.
Yeah, I've never had to deal with a fat roll on this in any randomizer that I've played, and I'm very thankful for it.
If you are, I think there's like shields you can absolutely manage with. But like, I still wouldn't want to go through this with just a shield protecting me and no dodging.
Yeah,
Mind you, dodging me's not going like super well anyway, but
I had Lotharp Knight straight sword last time, and it was raw +8, so I just kind of chilled and dealt a lot of damage.
I hit dodge game. Ugh. Also, yeah, Pulsar, your view of Undyne in the Geno run is fair.
That's correct. Yep.
I remember because like obviously most people that have played Undertale tend to know the either neutral or pacifist ways, which is like, okay, that's fine. And even if you try to fight her, it's not the same as like the Geno route fighting her. That is like a new brand of like, hope you really learned this game. Like, remember that fun mini game that made Undyne's fight really like unique and interesting? Yeah, do that for a really long time.
Delay, man.
Oops. I guess it is just dodge away. Please change again.
Double stagger.
Yeah, well, one of those was from the whole he's about to enter his final phase.
Yeah. The piano.
This is the
here
whole reason
first time.
I was gonna say the Gwyn. It kills me. It's the whole reason I turned music up for this run.
Even has his grab.
This entire thing makes me okay with this being the last Dark Souls. It feels very, like, fitting that it ends where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
By me dying.
Well, yeah, there's that.
I mean, it's how the run starts. Well, not this run, but Dark Souls in general. Yeah, Gwyn's theme is still really good. I genuinely love it.
Oh, yeah.
I've definitely seen people use that song to justify Gwyn as a good person. Like, no one's a good person in this world, and especially not him.
No one with a grab attack like that is a good person.
No one with the ability to summon that many lightning bolts at once is a good person.
That's fair.
Just look at Zeus.
Oh, man.
Yeah, being able to delay your attacks like that, rough going.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Jesus.
You
I
knew
finally
what you
get the
were
good
doing.
loadout and I got way too greedy.
You knew what you were doing.
I did. Legitimately, if I'd taken one time to heal, that fight would have been over and I would have been in second phase immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Pulsar, to be fair, that's like my entire comfort food in this game is just building int and not caring about enemies. I think DS3 is the one that has like my favorite sorceries in general. I got trapped by the stalactites that I forget are even there most of the time. Yeah, there's... Yeah, if you need to kill switch it at any point after this far, feel free. I will
got
not
about
feel
3
bad, but
minutes.
I will keep playing
Okay.
because I want that PB.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've got it though. I think we've got this down.
Yeah, this is the one.
I just need to really think about the Far in my head and him being more judgmental than the real Far is.
Yep, he is.
We are making it happen.
Stay frosty.
Yes, sir.
Kicky boy.
Nah, no, 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 no. Still in it. Remember
all
that
good.
thing that you said about 3 different times about 3 different bosses? Where you're like, you know how sometimes you're doing real well and you think you know a boss and then they show you a new move you have not seen so far?
Yeah.
I could have swore the only move he had that had that kind of range was his jump or his lightning. Hence why I went to go heal. He was like, oh no, I can just charge forward and then do more. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and start passing it over to Greg.
You want one more?
I can go with one more.
Okay.
I just also really, really don't want to hold this up. Like I said, I'll be finishing this run on its own anyway, because I'm too close to doing better than what I expected. No, Sage, there's a schedule to keep.
We do have a schedule.
Yeah, don't worry. I have a save right before this fight anyway, so I can always just put it up on my own stream and just be like, watch me just try my dangdest. Yeah, that same combo gets me. Alright. You want to pass it off since we got some Undertale to get through?
Yeah, we got to get to some Undertale. But again, thank you so much. Can we get a shout out for Max here?
Dude, no problem. Honestly, I'm glad a lot of people got to see this. I know Dark Souls is one of those like, oh, it's a really, really hard game. It is, but like there's definitely a lot of ways around it. And again, if anyone wants to message me at any point, like I can always lend a hand with helping out with any part of this game or any of the Soul series, really.
Yeah.
It was so much fun though.
Well, yeah.
And I know Greg's got a lot of practice on that Undertale, so I know he's gonna kill it.
It's going to be a good one. We'll get right to it.
Yeah, I'll be in chat cruising.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Can't wait to
Sure
see you
thing.
next time.
Absolutely.